Absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
once
broke?
again? Come on, fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I got
A stunning claim about Floyd Mayweather's finances. According to De La Hoya, the man who built an entire brand around Bean Money Mayweather may now be dealing with serious financial pressure. So how could someone who once appeared to have unlimited wealth end up facing questions about his cash flow? To understand that, we have to revisit the history between De La Hoya and Mayweather.
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock.
Everyone expected him to mention.
Fighters like that always go broke.
he's always spending.
Income means very little if the spending continues after the biggest paydays disappear. He accused Mayweather of pretending to be financially untouchable and challenged him to stop hiding behind the image he had created.
Hey, look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, 500?
Already retired from professional boxing following his victory over Conor McGregor in 2017. His exhibition career was still developing. The legal battles that would later attract attention had not fully surfaced, and many of the financial issues discussed today were not yet public. Still, De La Hoya's criticism was rooted in a much older story. To understand why he believed he had the right to question Mayweather's finances, you have to go back to May 5th, 2007. That was the night De La Hoya and Mayweather met at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas for the fight promoted as The World of Whites. The event became a commercial phenomenon. Around 2.4 million pay-per-view purchases were reported, while the event generated approximately $136 million from PPV revenue. The live gate also reached roughly $19 million, helping make the matchup one of boxing's biggest financial events at the time. De La Hoya reportedly earned around $52 million, while Mayweather collected approximately $25 million.
Mayweather was jumped in the street as he went jewellery shopping in central London after doubling down on his support for Israel in a furious conflict about the war in Gaza. The ex-champion, who's 47, was strolling around the floor at Hatton Garden this afternoon at around 4:30 when he's said to have got into a dramatic confrontation with a number of jewellery dealers, including some who accused him of supporting genocide. What we do know is that the incident spiraled out.
Inside the ring, Mayweather escaped with a split decision victory and remained undefeated. The judges scored the contest 115-112, 116-111, and 113-112 for Mayweather. De La Hoya lost the decision, but financially, he still walked away with an enormous payday. That night became a major part of how De La Hoya viewed Mayweather. He has repeatedly argued that the event helped transform Floyd from a highly skilled champion into the global Money Mayweather personality. During a 2025 appearance on the PBD podcast, De La Hoya also claimed that he negotiated a heavily favorable financial split and suggested Mayweather had previously been earning only a few $1 million per fight. And De La Hoya's telling that 2007 event changed everything. There was also the unresolved rematch issue. The original agreement reportedly contained a rematch provision, and De La Hoya has long argued that Mayweather's eventual retirement prevented that second fight from happening.
Stay under your rock.
Spontaneous decision. He believes Floyd understood exactly what he was doing and walked away while the value of the first fight was still at its peak.
Rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. We had a rematch clause. If he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1-year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year
and into interviews, social media, and public arguments. De La Hoya began presenting himself as the opponent who believed he understood Mayweather's business strategy better than anyone else. That 2018 attack became the blueprint for many of his later criticisms. And then Mayweather's post-retirement career gave De La Hoya even more material. By 2024, Floyd was heavily involved in exhibition boxing. These events were designed around entertainment and payday rather than official professional records. He had already participated in exhibitions involving Logan Paul and other crossover personalities, and in August 2024, he faced John Gotti III in Mexico City. The event became chaotic. Because the bout was unsanctioned and did not produce an official result, the controversy quickly became more important than the scorecards ever could have been. De La Hoya immediately seized on the situation.
A 15,000 square foot house. It's a mansion. It's beautiful, and you know he has nice stuff in there. It's like,
you know what's something that kind of gets me about this one?
What's that?
Like, sources close to Floyd have told us that he has a state-of-the-art, alarm system. You would figure that with a $25 million house that's up there in Beverly Hills, you would.
Yeah.
Now, does that make you think that maybe, just maybe...
Are you about to say inside job?
I mean, come on now.
I knew you were.
I mean, yeah, like, if the
It's one
alarm
of them
system...
TNT guys
Right,
just not getting paid enough.
Then came 2026, and the situation involving Manny Pacquiao pushed the entire debate into another gear. A rematch between Mayweather and Pacquiao was being discussed for September 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas. The major disagreement centered on how the contest would be classified. Mayweather was reportedly seeking an exhibition format which would allow him to participate without putting his professional record at risk. De La Hoya responded by arguing that Floyd should stop protecting the undefeated mark and agree to a legitimate professional contest. He also brought the 2007 fight back into the conversation, repeating his long-standing claim that even Mayweather's own father believed De La Hoya had done enough to win that night.
Just say you guys do have another fight and a rematch within that year.
Yeah.
And he kept the...
It is known only by the people involved. But De La Hoya has repeated the story for years, and he continues using it whenever the rivalry returns to the spotlight. The Pacquiao controversy gave him another opportunity to make the same argument. From De La Hoya's perspective, Mayweather has repeatedly found ways to participate in lucrative events while minimizing the danger attached to his undefeated record. In his view, the Pacquiao exhibition debate is simply the newest chapter of that pattern. His message has remained remarkably consistent from 2018 through 2024 and now into 2026.
It's speculative that he had $500,000 a day splurges.
Yeah.
Is that sustainable? He had multiple business ventures that failed. He had the lifestyle with multiple women and different things like, bro, I get it. But dang, and let this be a message to all athletes. And I'm not trying to rag on Floyd, because I still have so much respect for Floyd. Every time I see Floyd, it's like, he one of the ones.
Yeah.
Because contrary to whatever it is, he's still a great fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, we gotta do better with our money.
Yeah.
How? We have to put ourselves on a realistic longevity plan that even though you got the money fast, you can't keep spending it fast.
But who do you trust? How do you trust?
But then the conversation moved beyond De La Hoya's opinions. In December 2025, Business Insider published an investigation examining Mayweather's financial life after professional boxing. Instead of relying only on anonymous claims, the report examined public records, including court filings, property documents, loan records, tax notices, aviation records, and civil lawsuits from several jurisdictions. The picture presented by those documents was far more complicated than simply calling Mayweather broke. Mayweather's boxing career generated enormous amounts of money, with estimates placing his career earnings above $1 billion. Yet the records also showed substantial borrowing, expensive assets, legal disputes, and continuing financial obligations.
See, when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, Oscar, you
Obtained roughly $54 million in financing from specialty lender Don Hankey through entities connected to Hankey Investment Group. The reported interest rate was around 9%, and Mayweather's legal representatives said the financing was intended to support other business ventures. That detail became important because it showed that Mayweather was using financing despite having built one of the most recognizable wealth brands in sports.
Eventually said, I want to let everybody know this. He said in 2021, every property I have is paid for. My jet, paid for.
According to the records discussed in the investigation, the loan involved approximately 14 residential properties owned by Mayweather or companies connected to him. His Las Vegas strip club girl collection was also included, along with his private Gulfstream aircraft. Because the assets were cross-collateralized, the arrangement connected multiple properties to the same financial obligations rather than isolating each asset separately.
The next year, Mayweather borrowed $54 million from him at roughly a 9% rate.
Financial problems involving one obligation can potentially affect several assets at the same time. And the public records contain more than just a loan. The investigation noted that 2 commercial properties had entered foreclosure proceedings during the previous 18 months. Clark County records also show that the building associated with Girl Collection had faced tax-related issues involving more than $52,000 in unpaid property taxes and penalties. Then there was Mayweather's Las Vegas residence. In late 2025, records indicated that a lien had been placed against the property over an unpaid municipal service bill. None of this automatically means Mayweather was bankrupt. But taken together, the records painted a picture of a wealthy athlete managing substantial expenses, borrowing, and financial obligations.
According to his deal, a portion of the debt was cross-collateralized, which means it was taken across a collection of Mayweather's assets rather than small loans tied to individuals.
2025, a Texas aviation fuel company reportedly filed a lawsuit against companies connected to Mayweather, seeking roughly $137,000 in unpaid fuel charges. Then, in July, FAA records showed another lien involving his Gulfstream jet for approximately $358,000 connected to maintenance and related services.
The $568 lien was put on his mansion for unpaid trash.
Vegas dealership sued Mayweather over an alleged unpaid balance connected to a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon valued at approximately $1.2 million. Mayweather responded with a countersuit, arguing that the vehicle had defects. Separate legal disputes involving jewelry retailers also accused him of failing to settle millions of dollars in purchases involving expensive watches and gold pieces. One Miami jeweler's complaint referenced high-end Patek Philippe and Richard Mille watches.
The aviation fuel suppliers sued Mayweather companies in June over what they said was $137,000 in unpaid bills, which is jet fuel for his jet. FAA records showed that a lien was placed on the aircraft for another $358,000 for maintenance.
Court documents describe a dispute involving the management company of a luxury duplex apartment, which alleged that Mayweather owed more than $330,000 in unpaid rent and additional damages. Once fees and interest were included, the total claim reportedly exceeded $515,000. According to the complaint, payments had fallen behind beginning in July 2025 on a lease carrying a six-figure monthly obligation. But Business Insider did not officially label Mayweather bankrupt. Instead, its reporting described someone dealing with significant cash flow pressure while maintaining an extremely expensive lifestyle through financing, assets, and exhibition income.
I wear is diamonds. Today, no diamonds today.
That's the Richard Mille.
Very humble. No, I like to call this, well, people pronounce them different ways. Richard Mille is what my jeweler told me, so. Exactly how they say it,
Richard Mille.
So, and of course, it's a watch connoisseur, so he would know.
I'm wearing a black sub, and we've got one right here.
You know what, today, I'm gonna go black sub.
Is that, yeah, which one do you prefer? Is that the one you prefer?
Today, I'm gonna go black sub.
Black sub, you guys gonna have match?
Mayweather strongly rejected the reporting. His response came through the courts rather than a simple social media statement. On February 3, 2026, a 25-page complaint was filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court against Showtime Networks and former Showtime Sports president Steven Espinosa. Mayweather sought at least $340 million in damages, along with punitive damages. The complaint included allegations involving breach of fiduciary duty, fraud, conversion, civil conspiracy, and unjust enrichment. Mayweather's longtime advisor and manager Al Heyman was not named as a defendant. The lawsuit instead alleged that Heyman had been involved in a broader financial scheme involving Showtime and Espinosa. According to the filing, Mayweather alleged that money generated by his fights was improperly redirected to third-party accounts connected to Heyman and other associates, including an account associated with his tax attorney. The complaint alleged that certain payments were described as reimbursements, loan settlements, or expenses, allowing money to move without Mayweather's full authorization.
Man, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is just the gift that keeps on giving. And in this incident, what I mean giving is giving an example of what not to do in your life, because karma is so strong. And I don't want no karma coming on me, so I am getting a good case of act right around this part. That said, Floyd Mayweather Jr. sure used to talk a lot of smack about Muhammad Ali. To turn around and be in a situation that is apparently worse than Muhammad Ali was in, as Floyd Mayweather Jr. is suing all of his business friends, former hundreds of millions of dollars. Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit, filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud, allegedly perpetrated by his longtime advisor, Al Heyman, and now he's claiming Heyman got substantial participation and aid from Showtime and former Showtime sports president Steven.
Fights involved some of the biggest events of Mayweather's career, including bouts with Robert Guerrero, Canelo Alvarez, Marcos Maidana, Manny Pacquiao, Andre Berto, and Conor McGregor. Those were the contests that generated the enormous purses associated with Mayweather's money era. The lawsuit argued that significant amounts of revenue had not been properly accounted for and claimed that Mayweather had been deprived of substantial sums. The second legal battle was aimed directly at Business Insider. Mayweather filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit over the publication's December 2025 reporting. He argued that the article contained false and damaging claims concerning his financial affairs, property dealings, and business reputation.
He's faced a string of lawsuits and liens that say he owes money for a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon. Wait, they make Maybach G-Wagons? What the fuck? Jet fuel, which obviously is for his jet, and garbage collection that is lost
by Mayweather and assets held through corporations or other entities, arguing that the public may not always see the complete picture when looking only at names attached to properties and businesses.
They're not broke. Floyd is wealthy. You and I are broke compared to Floyd Mayweather.
Definitely. You know where Floyd is rich at right now?
What's that?
His
suits, liens, loans, tax disputes, and unpaid balances. His supporters argue that wealthy people routinely use companies, financing, and asset structures that can look complicated from the outside without meaning they are financially finished. And then is the IRS. Mayweather's tax history was already documented publicly long before the latest reporting appeared. Those records show that enormous career earnings have sometimes been accompanied by equally significant tax obligations. The financial questions surrounding Mayweather did not begin with Business Insider.
Find nothing in Floyd's name directly. You're not gonna find, when you're dealing with that type of money and those type of situations, you know this, Vlad, it's set up. It could be a foundation,
$22.2 million connected to 2015 income, much of it associated with the enormous payday from the Pacquiao fight. Mayweather petitioned the U.S. tax court for additional time, arguing that many of his assets were not immediately liquid. He eventually paid the obligation. But that was not his only tax dispute. There was also an unresolved claim involving approximately $7.2 million from 2010. Then, in 2023, Mayweather settled another tax case in which he agreed that additional taxes were owed for the 2017 tax year. That dispute involved a rejected $14 million legal expense deduction associated with Mayweather Promotions, along with an accuracy-related penalty of approximately $1.11 million.
2017, he paid the IRS $22 million in back taxes.
Concerns about his spending. Dave Hall, who served as Mayweather's accountant during the early 2000s, said Floyd was spending aggressively without always putting enough money aside to cover future tax obligations.
23, he settled with the IRS to pay $5.5 million in back taxes and another $1.1 in penalties, according to a settlement filed in U.S.
Automobiles, private aircraft, expensive watches, and enormous homes became central pieces of the money Mayweather identity. He turned wealth into part of the entertainment. David Levi, who worked closely with Mayweather from 2010 through his final professional fight, described Floyd's attachment to physical cash and the satisfaction he appeared to get from watching it move through his hands. But retirement changed the structure surrounding him. After leaving professional boxing, Mayweather separated from longtime advisor Al Heyman and Mayweather Promotions executive Leonard Ellerbay. Then, in 2020, his uncle and longtime trainer Roger Mayweather died. The team that had helped manage the machinery behind Mayweather's professional career was no longer intact.
Dave Hall, Mayweather's accountant in early 2000, said Mayweather spent heavily without setting aside enough to pay his tax. Seemed to have the guardrails that were in place. Mark Trados, a Las Vegas attorney who represented Mayweather during his professional fighting career in various business and legal matters, told the Business Insider. When you've got professionals that are doing the right thing for you, you're a little bit better protected. When you're out there on your own, your protection is...
Mayweather's own $340 million lawsuit offers yet another explanation, that some of the money he believes he earned was improperly redirected by people around him. So after decades of rivalry, the question is no longer simply who won inside the ring. It's about two former rivals, two enormous boxing empires, and two very complicated financial paper trails. Oscar de la Hoya says Mayweather's money image hides serious problems. Mayweather's legal actions argue that financial losses may have been caused by others, and the public records leave plenty of questions still unanswered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, click on another video on your screen for more boxing stories, controversies, and the latest updates.